Hello again, Jesse here from the Financial Toolbox to answer another question. So the question comes to me, hey Jesse, should I pay my mortgage down faster? Or better yet, why should I not pay my mortgage down faster? Which is more applicable. Let me answer this question. In fact, there's 4 separate concepts that I have, mortgage concepts in terms of reduction of your mortgage, and I'll start with the simplest one for the time that we have here today. There will be 2 factors in doing this. One factor is your marginal tax bracket, the other factor is opportunity cost. But before I begin with that, back 17 years ago I was working at one of the large banks, and one of the concepts that we used at the time was, hey, why don't you take your monthly payments and instead of paying your mortgage monthly, do it on a bi-weekly accelerated basis. You'll put in 2 extra payments a year, it'll go directly to the mortgage, save you on the interest, and you'll pay off your mortgage 4 years and 11 months faster, if I remember this correctly, on a 25-year amortization, and you will save a pile of interest. This is the amount of interest I'll save you. How do you like me so far, as the saying went? Well, when your only tool is a hammer, everything starts looking like a nail. Now, that strategy, as appealing as it was for people, in fact, was not the best strategy to be using. The further I dove into this idea, there's much better opportunities for you. So, back to the marginal tax bracket, those 2 factors that make this decision on whether it's right for you. Your marginal tax bracket is going to be based upon your taxable income. And in a progressive tax environment like Canada has, the more income you make, the higher you go up along the tax brackets. So let's use as an example, if you're a salary, it's easy to figure this out. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, even though you have a high grossing practice, you may have a lot of deductions that might push you down a little bit. But in a nutshell, if your net income is over $136,000, you're at a 46.41% tax bracket. What that means is that every extra dollar you earn, 46.41 cents goes to the government. For this example, let's assume a 31% tax bracket. And let's also assume your mortgage rate is at 4%. Well, yeah, I know you can have a mortgage rate lower than that, but let's keep this simple. So, on to opportunity cost. What is the opportunity cost, or what's the value for you if you were to put $1 directly towards your mortgage principal? So you just put an extra $1 every year towards your mortgage. Well, at 4%, what's the real value of that to you? Let me answer that for you. So the real value of that to you is 4 cents. Really what you're doing is you're taking that dollar and you're circumventing paying interest on the mortgage, which is at 4%. So really you're saving 4 cents of value for that $1 going towards a mortgage. Make sense? Well, let's take it another way. What happens if you, instead of taking that dollar and put it to the mortgage, you put it towards a tax deduction? Now, there's a number of these things that I set up for my clients, but what happens if you did that at a 31% marginal tax bracket? Well, that $1 would now be worth 31 cents to you. So the difference between these two is 27 cents. And that is the difference, or in fact, you can look at it this way, that is the penalty that you're doing if you're taking your money and you're putting it just directly to the mortgage without doing anything first. Now, a lot of people want to pay down the mortgage first, and I understand it's an emotional thing versus a financial thing, but you should know the difference between what this emotional cost is going to do. Now, your learning of this, as we talked before, is going to be from your parents or your grandparents. Well, they didn't have the same type of financial investment opportunities that you have now, and there was a bit of a fear mentality of paying down the mortgage faster. So I get the emotions behind this, but really what you're doing is you're charging yourself a 27% penalty for every dollar you put to your mortgage in this situation without doing a deduction first. In fact, think of it this way. Why don't you put that dollar towards a deduction, get the money back from the government, 31 cents, then take that money and put it towards, you can put it towards a mortgage if you want. But what my clients tend to do is they fund their tax-free saving accounts and grow their money. They fund education savings plans. They fund RSPs again. They do a number of things to grow their money. Think of it this way. Remember that old guy, wasn't so old, over at the ING commercials kept saying, save your money. Well, that's a scarcity mentality. No one is getting wealthy on saving your money. Ultimately, the way I would suggest it is invest your money, save your money, not save your money, invest your money, have it grow for you. Do a better opportunity than simply saving for your retirement, invest for your retirement. Now, I hope you had got some good information from this. I love these questions that you're sending in. I love being able to answer them. So, you're awesome. Jesse signing out. Keep those questions coming, and we'll talk to you soon.